What does it say about the state of America, when the most powerful response to another awful gun massacre, comes not from a politician or a public commentator but a late-night comic? On a dismal Monday, during which the NRA captives who are running the country, had nothing more to offer than bromides and prayers, it was left to Jimmy Kimmel, at a television recording studio on Hollywood Boulevard, to register a cry for humanity, and a protest at the failing U.S. political system. Well, hello, everyone, in the aftermath of another terrible and inexplicable, shocking and painful tragedy, this time in Las Vegas, which happens to be my hometown, Kimmel said in a shaky voice at the start of his opening monologue. After citing the number of dead and injured, he went on, "We wonder why, although there's probably no way to ever know why a human being would ever do something like this to other human beings who are at a concert having fun, listening to music. It's the kind of thing that makes you want to throw up, or give up. It's too much to even process." Kimmel is paid handsomely to send people to bed with a smile on their faces. On Monday, many of his viewers were probably tuning in to escape the round-the-clock news coverage of the Las Vegas shooting. But, rather than looking for laughs, Kimmel chose to state some harsh truths and name names. "I've been reading comments from people saying this is terrible, but there is nothing we can do about it," he said. "But I disagree with it intensely, because of course there's something we can do about it. There are a lot of things we can do about it. But we don't. Which is interesting, because when someone with a beard attacks us, we tap phones, we invoke travel bans, we build walls, we take every possible precaution to make sure it doesn't happen again. But when an American buys a gun and kills other Americans, then there's nothing we can do about that. Second Amendment, I guess. Our forefathers wanted us to have AK-47s is the argument, I assume." If that was meant to be a joke, Kimmel wasn't laughing. Noting that President Trump had offered prayers for the victims' families, and that Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the White House press secretary, had said that this wasn't the time for political debate, he went on, "We have 59 innocent people dead. It wasn't their time, either. So I think now is the time for political debate." He reminded his audience that, in February, Trump had signed a bill that made it easier for people with mental illness to buy guns. The Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, a number of other lawmakers who won't do anything about this because the NRA has their balls in a money clip, also sent their thoughts and their prayers today. Which is good. They should be praying. They should be praying for God to forgive them for letting the gun lobby run this country. Republicans and gun rights advocates will tell Kimmel to stick to celebrity interviews, but lately he has decided to politicize his show. In April, he revealed that his young son, Billy, had been diagnosed with a heart ailment requiring expensive surgery and follow-up treatment. Speaking about the situation on air, Kimmel pointed out that, before the passage of the Affordable Care Act, Billy would have been tagged with a pre-existing condition label, and would have had a harder time getting insurance coverage for the rest of his life. Kimmel's remarks prompted Bill Cassidy, the Louisiana Republican senator, to say that any health care legislation needed to pass the Jimmy Kimmel test. Last month, when the Senate was considering a regressive health care reform bill championed by Cassidy, Kimmel told his audience that the senator had just lied right to my face when he appeared on the show. On Monday, Kimmel put up on the screen the faces of the 56 senators, who, days after last year's mass shooting in Orlando, voted down a bill that would have expanded background checks for gun purchases. He also pointed to a bill working its way through the House of Representatives, that would legalize the sale of gun silencers. "We have a major problem with gun violence in this country, and I guess they don't care," Kimmel said, his voice starting to break up again. "If I'm wrong on that, fine. Do something about it. Because I'm sick of it. I want this to be a comedy show. I hate talking about stuff like this. I just want to just laugh about things every night. But it seems to be becoming increasingly difficult lately. It seems like somebody has opened a window into hell. Indeed, it does. And, as Kimmel noted, what's more frustrating is that the country's current situation is so needless and contrary to ordinary intuition. This isn't about gun control, it is about common sense," Kimmel went on. Common sense says no goodwill ever comes from allowing a person to have weapons that can take down 527 Americans at a conk.